Hello and welcome to Allegheny Jam's series of practice videos. This video is for Banjo 2. Banjo 2. This is the video with instructions, so after you get all the activities down and you know what's expected, you want to move on to the video without instructions, which only lasts about 15 minutes, and get your practice done. First, notice that the banjo is tuned in A. We've got a capo on the 2nd fret, and here are the notes, starting with the 5th string. It's an A, then an E, then an A, then a C sharp, that's the C with the number sign beside it, and then an E. Alright, let's go over those again. E, C sharp, A, E, A. Now, as an old-time banjo player, more often than not, you're either going to be playing an A or D. Some banjo players just keep their banjos tuned up and they don't even use a capo. Other banjo players will put a capo on when they play an A and D. But as a Banjo 2 player, we want to get you used to playing an A and D because that's where you'll be playing most of the time. Okay, so the first activity is the basic lick, and remember, you've got two choices there. You can go note, note thumb, or note strum thumb. And in your real life as a banjo player, when you get to be a great banjo player, you'll end up doing a combination of these two things, probably. Okay, so the basic lick, we're going to go through all 4 strings. You're going to do 4 on each string. So it's 1, then you go to the 2nd string, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you start again on the 1st string. So it's just which one you're hitting that note on. Now you want to build up your speed so that, because remember, playing that banjo is all about getting up that right hand in the beginning. So hopefully you'll get up to sound something like this. We'll go ahead and get you started now. And the first minute is on the basic lick. And then you keep on going, get your full minute in. Try to get your speed up as much as you can. Nothing is more important than working on the basic lick in the beginning. But as a Banjo 2 student, hopefully you are making great progress towards that. You've made it through the toughest part, which is just staying in the banjo in the very beginning. Because it's the hardest instrument to learn to start out on, in my opinion. Doing great. You got about 20 more seconds of the basic lick. Okay, now we're going to pause there. And this is just reviewing the chords from the last one. Now, it says G, C, D, G, but actually, since we're in A, it's going to be A, D, E, A, because the capo moves everything up. So when you strum it, that's an A chord. When you make this chord, that's your that's your D chord. And then here now becomes your E chord. Alright, so what we're going to do is 4 on each one. So 4 open, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start you on that. I'll play it with you one more time. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you keep on going. Just go in that cycle. That's going to help you so much, keeping your rhythm and changing chords. And if you're in a jam and you don't know the chord, you don't know the tune, you can always play along chords and just kind of keep rhythm. And so that's one way to stay in the jam and just be a contributing part. And as you get better and better, you'll be able to pick out the tune, even if you haven't heard it before. Got about 10 more seconds.
3, 2, 1. Lost.
Okay, so now we get into some exciting advanced techniques. You've got your right hand lick down. You're working on getting that faster and more solid. Now we're going to work on some left hand techniques. And the first one is a pull off. So what happens is you're going to hit that first string with your finger, like you normally would, but then with your left hand, you're going to pull off that finger. So I'm on the second fret of the first string. I hit it, and then pull off. Now, if we put in our strum thumb with that, it sounds like this. So let me review what I'm doing. Note, pull, strum, thumb. Now if you're not doing the strum, that's fine too. It'll be note, pull, note, thumb. Either way, and you probably want to practice both. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 1 minute of pull-offs on that first string. You keep on going with that. More seconds. You're doing great. And these techniques are going to take you from a beginner banjo player to an intermediate banjo player very quick, just as soon as you get them down.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so now the next left hand technique that's essential is called a hammer on. And what you're going to do is just the opposite of a pull off. You're going to hit the string, then hammer on up on the second fret, and then do your strum thumb. All right, so let's go over that again. Note, hammer, strum, thumb. All right, let's start the timer. And you keep on going, get that hammer on down. And these are going to be tough in the beginning, these techniques, but once you get them down, they'll be totally natural to you. And most of your tunes will have a lot of interesting combinations of pull-offs and hammer-ons, and that's a big part of what makes clawhammer banjo so unique sounding and so interesting. About 15 more seconds of those hammer-ons.
Three, two, 1. 2-4 hammer-on.
Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is a certain hammer-on that you do a lot, but it's a little bit tough. So you're going to be on the second fret of the third string. You're going to hammer on from the second fret to the fourth fret. So it goes like this. That's note, hammer, strum, thumb. And you'll use it in all kinds of tunes like Cripple Creek. There's that pull off there too, so it's a hammer, pull off. All right, okay, all right, so let's work on that 2/4 hammer on. You're going to use it a lot in your banjo life. All right, keep working on that. Got about 45 seconds. Doing great. I know it can be hard to get that hammer on down here when you first start out. It can be really tough, but you'll get it. Just keep practicing, and don't worry if you don't get it just the first time you do this video. It's going to take a lot. That's why we practice 15 minutes a day. And you build up and you build up, and one day it'll just click.
3, 2, 1. Drop down.
Okay, so now we're going to look at 2 right-hand techniques that you'll want to start developing too. The first is called a drop thumb. Now up to this point, your thumb has only been on the 5th string. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to drop it down to the 2nd string. And that's the only other place it will ever go, 5th string and the 2nd string. Now, there are some very advanced techniques that might involve drop thumbing on the 3rd string, but we'll save that for a couple of years down the road. So here's what happens. Instead of going note, strum thumb, or note, note thumb, what you're going to do is you're going to go note, thumb on the 2nd, strum, thumb on the 5th. Let's try that again. Note, thumb on the 2nd, strum, thumb on the 5th. So it sounds like this. All right, and then you'll work and you'll get it faster and faster. And it gives sometimes it can give a nice little pop sound when you're playing, like maybe in Cripple Creek. See that little pop there? That can be really nice and give some color to your banjo playing. We'll go ahead and start the timer. But note, thumb on the 2nd, strum, thumb on the 5th. See how fast you can get that, and you'll build and build and build over time on that drop thumb technique. Now there are banjo players that don't drop thumb. I'd say most do. Okay, got about 5 more seconds.
3, 2, 1. Drop down.
Okay, we're going to show you one more technique. And so this Fiddle 2 practice is full of new techniques for you. So it's going to take you a while. You're going to have to do this video a lot to get these down to speed, but you will get there. Just stay with it. So if you don't get it all on the first run, don't worry about it. Just build up slowly. Now, the drop down goes like this. It's going to be note, thumb on the 2nd, just like in a drop thumb. Now, for your strum, you're going to have your finger down on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Thumb, and then you're going to go open, 3rd, strum thumb. So it sounds like this. All right, so let's go go over that again. Note, thumb on the second fret of the third for your strum, and then your thumb string. And then open third, strum thumb. All right, so it's start the timer. This is a great technique because a lot of your tunes are going to end with that lick. It's a very common ending, and you'll be able to use it on a lot of the tunes, most of the tunes I would say, that you play in A or G. All right, and I call that a drop down. Now other people might have other names for it. Doing great. About 20 more seconds.
Three, two, one, 2-1.
Okay, so now's the time when you will practice your tunes. Remember, whenever you start these videos, you want to have your tablature, your instrument in tune, and your practice log so you can get that signed at the end. Those three things when you get started. Okay, have at it. We'll go ahead and start you off. I'll see you in about 8 minutes.
Tune 2. Three, two, one. Your timer is complete.
Okay, Banjo students, very proud of you. You've earned your M&M. That stands for Music and Magic. It's an M and an M. Remember, I've showed you a lot of techniques in this video, so take your time, work through them slowly, make sure you get them down. When you feel ready, bump yourself up to the Banjo 3 practice video. That'll show you even more techniques, but make sure you get these down first. Very proud of you, and we'll see you at the next jam.